So in today's video, I got motivation for you. You need to let that dog out inside of you. You need to let the best version of yourself outside of your body. You might right now be struggling with something, either if you're depressed, you're lazy, you're too much in the comfort zone, you're not working out, you're eating like shit, your mind is fucked up. There's a version of yourself inside of you that is more than that. There's a parallel universe where there's a different version of you that is very confident, very driven, very well spoken. There's a beast inside of you and you need to let it out. You could pick different paths, but I want you guys to take your life serious. That's why I'm dropping as much knowledge as I can on my YouTube. I want you guys to subscribe because I'm giving the most I can for you to benefit your life. Now, I'm going to give you an example of these parallel universes. And what this means is basically like, you could go down one path and you could be a different version of yourself, or you go down another path and be a different version of yourself, even though that's the same person. So for example, I live in New York, and like some of these areas I go to, I live in a nice area, but obviously like any other place, there's bad areas. And I see people that are crackheads and they're depleted, they're dehydrated, they're on the street. They're absolutely like mentally not there. You could look in their eyes, they're fucked up. That person could have took a different path. What if that person pulled their life together and they're doing what I'm doing? They're going on YouTube making an impact. Or say if they became a nurse or they were a coach and they were very confident, they were hydrated, they were well fed. That person could have been different. But the choices they made and the path they took got them dehydrated, depleted, absolutely mentally not there, and they're living on the sidewalk. That's what it means, parallel universes. It's when there's a version of you that's different than where you're at right now. And really, that comes down to living in the present moment and trying to make the best choices you can. It could be as little as you go to the store, and when you go to the supermarket and you're buying your food, you're trying to make the best choice as you can. You're like, let me get this high quality food over some Doritos or some bullshit. Or like even situations that come up to you when you're like, oh, should I go out and drink and drive there? And then you get caught with the DUI. That could change your whole life right there. Or you could be like, let me go to the gym tonight, come home and watch a podcast. All these little choices add up. You make so many hundreds of choices every single day, and it decides your path. But I try to make these choices for me to make the best version of myself. I want to be as healthy as I can, as confident as I can. I always found it interesting. What got me really into self-development is when I would see people that are on the highest level they can be, just the way they think, just the way they communicate. You could see it in someone's eyes when they take shit seriously. And I almost think of mindset like, not in a dark way, but it's like dark magic. Because if you think about it, 90% of people you pass on the sidewalk, they don't give a fuck about mindset. They're not learning about this shit every day. They're not aware, self-aware. They're not learning about psychology. They're not learning about decision-making, confidence, hypnosis, subconscious, all this shit. When you learn this stuff and you walk into a room or you walk into like a public area, you have an advantage and an upper hand compared to all these people that are like walking around like sheep. They're on autopilot. And it blows my mind when I come across people and they don't have a desire to get better. Like it really, I mean, I understand. Say if you got your good job, you got into a marriage, you got a kid, these people hit autopilot. So when I talk about shit like this to older people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm very big into self development. I want to learn about mindset and all this stuff. They're like, oh, yeah, that's cool or whatever. They don't give a fuck, which blows my mind because, like I said, it's like, it's honestly what drives me every single day. It's what keeps me sane when I'm growing and learning. It just keeps me calm through tough times because, like, I don't know, I just enjoy it, growing my body and my mind. And you have to know, if you're in a bad situation right now, you can change it. The only thing though I have to let you know is like there is going to be times where you have to push yourself out the comfort zone. You have to do things that are uncomfortable, and it's not easy. It takes a very long time to grow. Like I said in a lot of my videos, you're not just going to watch one video and be like change overnight. It's repetition over and over again. You're gaining more knowledge. Like every single day you're learning to get better, and then you apply it in your life. So it takes time to grow. But just to have, that's the most important thing. If you want to become the best version of yourself and let out that beast, just to have that drive of being like, listen, I want to treat my life like a video game and level it up in every aspect. So just for you to have the desire to learn and grow, that's like the first step right there. And then you get into it. Like I honestly don't watch this shit to do it. Like, you know, when people go to the gym and they're like, oh, I got to go to the gym. That's how it felt for me at first going to the gym, but now I enjoy it. It's the same, I mean, with self development, I never really watched it until like 3, 4 years ago. I took it more seriously. I just enjoy it. Like, I'll come home, eat food. My whole YouTube algorithm's flooded with self development, mindset, business, fitness, finances, all this shit. I don't have like stupid Mr. Beast videos and this and that. Like, yeah, once in a while I'll watch something entertaining, but I just find it interesting to treat my life like a video game and level up every aspect financially, physically, mentally, spiritually. All those are very important, and there's different aspects. You could level up one area and then level up another area, and then you're just leveling up all these different areas. And then over time, you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, I've grown so much. I'm a whole different person. So when you let out that beast and let out the inner, it doesn't even have to be a beast. It could just be the best version of yourself. Like for me, like when I look back on my growth, it is like mind blowing. Like one time I'm gonna make a slideshow so you guys could see pictures, or you can even go on my IG. I used to be very skinny, introverted, not confident. Like I was a whole different person. I was smoking weed. I was kind of like not clear headed. Now, so a few years ago, maybe I was 130, 140. Now I'm almost 180. And my confidence is a whole different level. My communication's a whole different level. I don't smoke anymore. I'm very clear minded. You could look in my eyes and you could tell that I'm mentally calm and focused. I'm not all over the place. I'm not high. I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm trying to live the best life I can. And like I said in my What's My Why video, the reason I want to become the best version of myself is because it's like kind of like what David Goggins said. I got hypnotized before and this came up again, but it's like kind of in a way. David Goggins explains it like this: when you die and you go to heaven and you reflect on your life, say you died, excuse me, an average version of yourself, or even worse, below average. Say you didn't live the life you wanted to live. You're fat, you're lazy, you're miserable, you're depressed. And then God shows you the person you could have been: confident, healthy, happy, live the best life they can, made impact, and just live life to the fullest. Imagine you were that person, the below average person, and you're looking at that other person that is absolutely amazing. It would make you feel like shit. And once it's over, it's over. So every time I think of shit like that, it's what pushes me and drives me and lets out the best version of myself. Every little detail I want to the fullest. I want to keep the way I look, dressed, like talk, communicate to the highest level I can. And like I said, it takes time over and over again. There's obviously going to be times where you fail or you don't reach the full potential, but the more and more you do it, over time it gets better. So I really want you guys to remind yourself of that. When you're going through something difficult, when you're on this journey to become the best version of yourself, think how you would feel dying a below average version of yourself and looking at the best version of yourself, and see how that would make you feel. Genuinely envision that. All right, guys, I really want you to take this seriously. All these videos I drop, they are more like, I want them to be tactical. I didn't make this YouTube channel to be entertaining. I did it to actually make an impact on other people. So the more serious you give this, like the more serious you take it, the more you give, the more you're going to get out of it. So let's get after it this week.